All right, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode on Antonicus Aurelius Motivates, my channel here. And today, it is actually Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Thank y'all for understanding me yesterday, man. I don't know what happened, but y'all already know everything I've been experiencing, going through. Those of you who've been with me, so you know what I mean. Things happen or whatever, but anyway, I'm right back at it again today. And, I know this weekend's probably going to be a busier weekend for me or whatever. So, I'm just, I'm going to still try to put in this last effort today on another walk and talk to close out the week and everything like that. Then when I go into the weekend, I'll probably be busy doing some other things. So I'll probably be, back on with maybe some videos later with my driving and stuff like that, or I don't know, just talking on various different things. But till then, whatever. All right, so always just go ahead and give a little introduction of myself before I go ahead and get into the topic. And y'all already know what we do every day is a topic of the day every day here on my channel. And you already know that that's what we do. And then I get out and do my walk and talk thing, exercise thing, break the topic down for you, tell you how I feel about it and all of that. And then, we have a little discussion over it as usual. And then after that, after the video is over, if anyone would like to leave any positive feedback or anything, I always appreciate all that, man. I mean, that's huge to me right now. That's more to me than anything, just people who's just like there to motivate me, because y'all motivate me and I motivate you back. You know what I mean? It's like a back and forth thing. You know what I mean? So that's really what it's all about. But with that being said, y'all already know, I just want to go ahead and just introduce myself really quickly for those of you who may be new here. I'm Antonicus Aurelius, and this is my channel, Antonicus Aurelius Motivates, and everything that we do here on my channel, it's all about positive vibes, man. Uplifting, encouraging videos for those of y'all who may be going through your own personal battles, struggles in your life, hardships, difficulties, whatever you're going through. I just wanted you to know that, I'm here for you. And any of you who also this channel is for is, who may feel lost, abandoned, forgotten, or just left out, if you're one of those individuals, you're welcome here, and I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And that's what this is all about as well. And so this is also for those of you who y'all already know, who you're just tired of the drama in your life. You're just tired of all the nonsense, and you're ready to better yourself and make yourself a better person. I'm here for you to support you in your endeavor for that as well. That's what this is all about as well. Okay. So with all that being said, y'all already know, every time before I get into the video, I just like to share my testimony with y'all about what I've survived. Okay, so in my life, I've survived pure hell, man. I literally have survived pure hell. My life, I would say, has been more difficult than the average person, okay? And the things that have happened to me here where I live in South Carolina, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible here. And, but I've survived it, you know what I mean? And I've lived to tell about it. So what happened was, wicked and evil people tried to destroy my entire life and existence, man. They really did. And I have to tell this story every time for those of y'all who don't know me or maybe coming new to my channel, just so you can know what happened. Okay, so wicked and evil people tried to destroy everything, take everything from me, and bring my bank account down to $0.00, tried to block my income, ruin my reputation, my business, steal everything from me. You know, it's just like John 10:10. The devil came to steal, kill, and destroy my life, man. But the Lord came to bring me life and life more abundantly. And I know that. And I speak that verse over my life. Because what they did was they tried to kill us, literally, me and my mother. They tried to take us out on September 25th, 2024, around 11:30 at night. Our house was shot up in a drive-by shooting. And still to this very day, we have not gotten any justice in a criminal court of law for the people who did that. Yeah, they unloaded a whole clip in a assault rifle down my road that night. And so these people here, they have terrorized, tormented, and traumatized my entire life, man. And that night when it happened, my mom, she screamed bloody murder. They shot up her bedroom walls. She thought she was gonna die. We thought we was gonna die. I had to dive bomb in my hallway. There was gun smoke in the house. I've told this story over and over again. I had just gotten out the shower, got home from work. I was going to get my basket of laundry off the top of the dryer when it all happened. I was playing my audio Bible. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And, but I had to call 911. We had to stay up all night with the police because of this. And then the very next night, it's almost like it was orchestrated to happen this way, because it was orchestrated to terrorize my life, because the next night we had to go through a Hurricane Helene storm. And there was tornado warnings going all off on our phone the whole night. And so we didn't sleep for 2 nights in a row. And we thought we was going to die for 2 nights in a row and was scared to death. You know what I mean? So all of this stuff that has happened to me, and I've already told this story before, I already know the reasons why this happened to me. I know that it was done with malicious intent because of me and what I did for my Christian rap and everything back since 2013 for Christ Money Ministry. My ministry, they tried to stop since way back then. They've been trying to stop it. And they tried to silence my voice and completely, just make me like I didn't exist. And all of that. And they've been doing that since back in 2013. Yeah. So I know it was the devil who targeted my life because of my music for Jesus Christ and all that. And for positivity and for change and everything like that. I know it was. There's no beyond a shadow of a doubt. I know that's what happened, okay? And I know that's the reason why it happened. This is Ephesians 6:12, which I've already spoke this verse before. This is the people who did this to me. The people spoken of in Ephesians 6:12. So anyway, but it's demonic forces that's influencing them. And I already know that. But anyway, that's my testimony, okay? So this is what I survived, man. And I could have retaliated. I thought about retaliating. That thought did cross my mind. And the people that backstabbed me in my business and went behind my back and stole my jobs, I thought about doing things to them. But, I praise God that I did not do that, because, I already know that that's what they wanted me to do. And even if I would have retaliated against the people who I think did what they did to our house, I don't know if I would have really, got the exact right people. And I would have just been going off of my own, my own ideas of who, without definitive proof. And then if I got the wrong person, and then if they were not the right person, and if they were not the trigger person or the person who, did what they did, then I would have went to jail and they would have still got away anyway. And then, the devil would have had his laugh with me, would have been laughing at me in prison. So that's another reason why I had to hand all my enemies over to God during this time. And it has taken a tremendous toll on me. emotionally, and just spiritually, physically, everywhere. It is taking such a toll on me, man. You know, that I feel like I have PTSD now from it all, post-traumatic stress disorder. I really do. And so that's the reason why I have to tell this story every time before I can start the video. You know, I have to tell this story, man. But anyway, with that all being said, let's go ahead and get into this topic of the day. You know, I lived through all this, so that's the reason why I'm here. That's my testimony. So let's go ahead and get into this topic of the day, man. So the topic today is going to be, they tried to corner you. They tried to corner you on purpose to, you know, anticipate you to come out swinging. They tried to corner you anticipating that you was going to come out swinging. That's exactly what they did to you. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into this topic, man. Let's go ahead. All right, so like I said, man, they tried to corner you, or they cornered you, anticipating that you would come out swinging. See, but what they didn't know was that you was building strategies while they was doing that. You saw through what they was doing. And it really was your divine, you know, spiritual guardian angels helping you during the time when it happened. And instead of you coming out swinging, you just held your guard up. You know, you held your guard up, and you guarded your vitals and everything like that. You know, it's almost like in a boxing match when a boxer puts his arms up to guard his like his temples and everything on his head and his chest, his heart and all of that. Like you guarded your vitals when you did what you did, because you know your vitals was what was most important to you. So you guarded all of that, and then you know, you was building your strategy, and they didn't know it, because what they did was this was their whole strategy. You know, this was their whole strategy of how they was going to get you. Their whole strategy of how they was going to get you was to get you to get out of context, or to, you know, do something that would have you know, been something that make you look the way they want to paint you. Because these people are all, what they have to do is they have to paint you black. They have to keep you painted black. And so they provoked you and pushed you into the corner. They held you into the corner, anticipating for you to come out swinging. You know, but you held your guard up because you knew that if you came out swinging, you was going to do something that you was going to regret later. You know, so that's the reason why you held it down and did what you had to do, you know, and held your guard up. You know, and that's what they wasn't ready for that. They wasn't ready for that. And I know that, you know, when that happened, that threw them way off, because, and I know right now, that's really got a lot of them upset. And this is your enemies or whoever you was dealing with, especially in my case, you know, because they was anticipating the worst outcome for you. And the way they was gonna make that happen was for you to come out swinging, you know, and for you to blow up or do something dumb or scream out in public, or, you know, that's the reason why you see a lot of these people do these things, man. Like they get so built up on the inside, you know, with bottled up emotions, that it just explodes out in the form of everything. Like you see some of these people get enraged and just shoot people all up and do all kind of violence and stuff like that. It's because they just got all this bottled up emotion inside of them. It's because it's all bottled up inside of them. They holding it all in from the evil that was done to them. And these evil people who do these things, you know, they do it intentionally with malicious intent to make that happen. But what they didn't know was that you saw through all of that. What they didn't know was that you knew exactly what they was doing with all of that. And it wasn't really you who knew it. It was God. That's who knew it. And God was working through you, holding you back, keeping you, you know, grounded on that rock, which I've already spoke about that verse in Matthew 7 the other day on the last video about the foundation. That's what they didn't know that you had, these wicked and evil people who did what they did to you. They didn't know that you had that foundation and that you wouldn't be shaken. They was anticipating you to come out swinging. But when you held your ground, or you was almost like Foreman who held them ropes with Muhammad Ali, and he won the fight because of that. Sometimes you got to hold the ropes and hold your guard. You know, you don't always have to come out swinging every time. Sometimes you just got to let things happen the way they happen, and let God fight your battles. And that's what I had to do, me personally, during all of this. You know, that's what I had to do. I had to learn how to do that. And it's been hard. I'm not gonna lie. If I said it wasn't, I'd be lying. But I'm out here this morning, and guess what? It's lovely. The sun is shining. You know, I'm out here on this beach. I feel the wind blowing. I can see the birds all out here. You know, and I got a lot to be thankful for today. I got a lot to be thankful for each day. And that's what I stay focused on now. And I understand that, you know, a lot of us, our nature inside of us, it's just normal for us to want to come out swinging sometime. But sometimes it takes a bigger man to walk away from a fight. Somebody told me that one time too. You know, sometimes it takes the bigger man and the smarter, wiser man to walk away from a fight. Because you never know what could happen. You know, that's the way sometimes it starts off as a fight, and then somebody pulls a knife or something, and then you end up getting unalive, or even worse, pulls a gun. You know, and it's real, man. We are living in a time of spiritual warfare and darkness out here, man. There's a lot of people possessed by a lot of evil and spirits of evil, demonic spirits of evil. So you just got to understand that every day and put on the full armor. Ephesians 6, 10-18. I've already spoke these verses many times. And it really is real. That's what you got to do out here, man. So anyway, that was the message today, man. Was what it was the whole time was they was cornering you, anticipating for you to come out swinging. But you held your guard up and you let God fight your battles. So that's the message for today. Till the next one, peace. Y'all have a blessed day, man. I'll be back with you later again with some more videos and content. Maybe after the weekend, we'll do some more walk and talks. Till then, enjoy your day.